Welcome back, everyone, to Any Given Sunday, Year 2. We are officially back. The draft is coming up. Keepers are due this weekend, and tonight we are finally determining the 2026 draft order. Before we get there, we have to acknowledge two people from last season. Our first inaugural champion, Adam, congratulations. Adam went 12-2, won the first league championship, and will forever be able to say he was the first champion in league history. Unfortunately for Adam, that also means he gets the worst odds in tonight's lottery. And on the opposite side of league history, our first ever ultimate loser, Amanda. Adam and Amanda somehow managed to bring the championship and ultimate loser titles back to the same household. That's impressive. Before we spin for the lottery, quick welcome back to everyone. Adam, defending champion. Kyle scored more points than everyone last year, still didn't win. Caroline probably already calculating whether these odds are mathematically fair. Chris, commissioner, which means whatever happens tonight will somehow be my fault. Catherine came in as a beginner and casually finished 8-6. Dan, already ready to launch an investigation if the wheel screws him. Teresa, already prepared to call this either completely fair or completely bullshit, depending on her pick. Amanda, defending ultimate loser, beginning the redemption tour. Anthony, best in the world, coming off a 2-12 season, not so hot. And David, who finished 10th, but tonight, hopefully that lottery will finally pay off. So for the lottery explanation. All right, here is exactly how the lottery tonight is going to work. The draft lottery is a weighted based system on last year's regular season standings. The worse you finish, the better your odds. For instance, the weights are David will get 10, Anthony will get 9, Amanda will get 8, Teresa will get 7, Dan will get 6, Catherine gets 5, Chris gets 4, Caroline gets 3, Kyle gets 2, and our champion Adam gets 1. That gives us 55 total weighted chances on the first spin. The first person selected gets the number 1 pick. Once someone is selected, they are completely removed from the wheel. Then we spin again for pick 2, then again for pick 3, and so on and so forth till we get the final draft order. There are no redraws because someone doesn't like where they landed. The wheel decides. And so let's begin. Let me share our screen here. Alrighty, we are now live on the draft wheel. So here's the official wheel here. As you can see, Adam has the least chance of getting that first overall pick here, with David Anthony having the highest, and so on and so forth, as you can see in the weighted wheel. So let's get started here. Let's determine the 2026 Any Given Sunday draft order. The first spin, and with the first overall pick, we'll go to David. Congratulations with the first overall pick in the 2026 draft. In the second pick, let's spin. Best in the world, Anthony. Congratulations. We have the second overall pick. The third overall pick goes to Amanda. For the fourth overall pick. Kamish, fourth overall pick. With the fifth overall pick. Catherine, congratulations. With the 6th overall pick, Dan. Back-to-back, same household. With the 7th overall pick, Teresa, congratulations. The 8th overall pick goes to Kyle. All right, down to our last 2 picks here. Ninth overall goes to Adam. And the 10th and final pick in the 2026 draft. Why not? Let's give it a spin. Caroline. All righty. So the order for the 2026 Any Given Sunday League draft goes as follows. First overall, David. Second, Anthony. Third, Amanda. Fourth, Chris. Fifth, Catherine. Sixth, Dan. Seventh, Teresa. Eighth, Kyle. Ninth, Adam. And 10th, Caroline. Now that everyone knows where they're drafting, it's officially time to make your keeper decisions. For anybody who still isn't completely sure how keepers work, it's pretty simple. You can keep 0, 1, or 2 players from your final roster last season. You can't keep 2 players from the same position. Each player has a draft round cost. If you keep that player, you give up that pick in that round. So if somebody costs an 8th round pick, you keep them and that player becomes your 8th round selection. Players who went completely undrafted last year and were picked up during the season have a round of 10 keeper costs. The main thing you should be asking yourself is, would I rather have this player at this round or would I rather have my draft pick? If somebody is expected to be drafted in the 3rd round this year and you can keep them for a 10th round pick, that's obviously really good value. If somebody costs about the same round they would normally be drafted in, you may be better off putting them back into the player pool. You do not have to keep 2 players at all. You can keep 2, 1, or nobody. I sent everybody their individual keeper sheets showing your eligible players, their positions, where they were originally drafted, and exactly what round each player will cost you. Keeper selections are due this Sunday at 5 o'clock. After that, keepers are locked. So once you look over your sheet, think about the draft position and decide where you have best value. And draft reminder. And finally, our 2026 draft is currently scheduled for Sunday, August 30th at 5 p.m., either at the Ford or Vino residence. Make sure you have that blocked off. So before we close this out, one more time, here's the draft order. David, Anthony, Amanda, Chris, Catherine, Dan, Teresa, Kyle, Adam, and Caroline. The draft order is set. Keeper season is officially open. Adam has the trophy, Amanda has the shame, and everybody has another chance to prevent Adam from becoming an insufferable 2nd straight year champion. Welcome back to Any Given Sunday. Good luck, and we'll see everybody at the draft.
This is the most beautiful sight these eyes have ever seen.